is an agriculture approach of understanding by design. Part 1. Meaning I will be providing agricultural examples in Part 2. But first, I will go over what understanding by design is. The video utilizes understanding by design by Wiggins and McTighe. The goal of backwards design is to plan backwards with clarity about the big idea, also known as the end result. This can be used to design or redesign any assessment, curriculum, and/or form of instruction. This will help your students shift from the take and recall phase to them actually understanding phase. Knowing and understanding are not the same. Well, what is the difference? Wiggins and McTighe use a great example regarding a book. The facts of any story are the agreed upon details. The understanding of the story is what we mean by the phrase reading between the lines. Understanding should be our goal. We want students to leave being able to transfer their understanding on their own to address current and future situations. If we want to attain this goal, we must avoid the twin sins. Doesn't matter which sister you get, both have no clear intellectual goal. This means that there are no explicit big ideas guiding the teaching, and no plan for ensuring learning. Clarity is key. Clear as mud, right? I'm going to go over the backwards design model briefly. There are 3 stages, things we need to think about. Stage 1, learning outcomes. This is your big idea in a nutshell. Things we need to think about. What is the point of my course? From there, you can develop an idea for a unit and eventually lessons. What do I want my students to know or do? This is where you're identifying your desired results. Stage 2. Identifying evidence. This is where you determine what is acceptable evidence. Reliable, sufficient, and valid. We must ask 2 questions. Question number 1. What assessment tasks and other evidence will anchor our curricular unit and thus guide our instruction? Number 2. What should we do to determine the extent of student understanding? At this point, we need to look down the staircase. Does the evidence align with our goal? All right, if it looks good, stay on step 2. Evidence is shown through assessments. Assessments lie on a continuum, ranging from informal checks for understanding, observations and dialogues, tests and quizzes, academic prompts, and lastly, performance tasks. Understanding is revealed in performance. What makes the ultimate performance task? The authentic tasks make for the best performance tasks. This means that the task should inhibit most or all of these criteria, meaning it is realistically contextualized, requires judgment and innovation, asks the student to do the subject, replicates a challenging situation in adulthood, assesses the student's ability to efficiently and effectively use a repertoire of knowledge and skill to negotiate a complex and multi-stage task, allows appropriate opportunities to rehearse, practice, consult, resource, and get feedback on and refine performances and products. Sounds familiar. Sounds like an ag class, right? Time to move to stage 3. Stage 3, action plan. This plan is for learning activities and lessons. The question you need to ask is, what needs to happen instructionally to achieve my desired result? Wiggins and McTighe use the acronym WHERE to. W. Help the students know where the unit is going and what is expected. Help the teacher know where the students are coming from, prior knowledge, interests. H. Hook. Hook all students and hold their interest. E. Equip students. Help them experience the key ideas and explore the issues. R. Provide opportunities to rethink and revise their understandings and work. E2. Allow students to evaluate their work and its implications. T. Be tailored, personalized to the different needs, interests, and abilities of learners. O. Be organized to maximize initial and sustained engagement as well as effective learning. And finally, we reach the top of the staircase. The goal, meaningful learning, emphasizing on the long-term goal of critical and creative thinking. Now that we understand understanding by design, I will provide an agricultural example.